Come on, check in. Oh my goodness. Guess I better start working. Oh dear. Let's talk work. So, there's this philosopher named Alan Watts, and I really like him. I really like the kind of things that he said. I really like the work that he did in terms of philosophy and just the general message that he, talked about. And he once said something that I found quite amazing. He said, work is something so awful that somebody has to pay you to do it. So if you are in a lucky position where you don't necessarily have, this dreadful feeling about your work, that's amazing. But for 99% of the population, or I'm just spitballing a number here, but for a major amount of people in the world, work is awful. It's not really something that we completely enjoy. And I suppose there's nothing wrong with that, but you do work so that you can pay your bills. And if you do work in such a way that you try and focus on, the work during those 8 hours that you need to work, and then after hours, you spend the money in such a way that brings you joy. And I know that's such a privileged thing to say because a lot of people don't have the flexibility to spend money in different kind of ways because they're living paycheck to paycheck. But for those of us who are fortunate enough to be in a career where we can work, pay our bills, and still have a little bit of money extra to enjoy ourselves, that's amazing. And I think that really makes it worth it. But does it make it worth it to the degree that you will do a job that you absolutely hate? My question for you today is, will you do a job that you absolutely hate if you get a ton of money for it and if you can do whatever you want in your free time? Now, of course, there is a variety of different answers that we can give here because the topic becomes very nuanced very quickly and very deep very quickly. But what I'm trying to get at is that work is something that we do to pay our bills. It's something that we do to make money so that we can enjoy ourselves outside of work. Work doesn't have to become your entire personality. It can be something that you do, and who you are is after work, like your hobbies. A lot of us are into the furry fandom. We like art. Maybe you like fursuiting. Maybe you like spending time on VR chat and enjoying it with your friends. Or maybe you like gaming or, whatever. There are so many different hobbies and different things outside of work. And a lot of people get stuck in this rut where work becomes their entire personality, like, I'm a developer, a programmer, and that's the only thing I do, or I'm a doctor, and that's my entire personality. And that's great. If that works for you, then that works for you. But something that is important to note is that there is a life outside of work. And I'm talking here about family, I'm talking about friends, I'm talking about hobbies, I'm talking about passion projects. Make sure that you find something that is, worthwhile for you. In fact, for me, it is that work is one of those things that I do and it pays the bills, and I actually quite enjoy my work. It's fun, it's challenging, it makes me think, and it pushes me to learn new skills and to evolve and adapt and to solve problems in different ways. But I also very much enjoy the time outside of work, the time when I get to create these kind of videos and to spend with my friends and to create content and all of those different type of things. I'm a bad example because I'm kind of like a project addict and I want to have more and more projects. But what I'm trying to get at is that there is a life outside of work, and you better make sure that you enjoy the time that you have, regardless of how little that time is. And even if you don't have a lot of finances, to go and travel the world, you don't necessarily need to do that. Maybe take up drawing or take up something that's cheap to do. Maybe you want to learn how to code a game and you want to do that. By all means, go for it. There are amazing platforms like Godot and even Unreal Engine and Unity. If you want to learn that, if you want to embrace that insanity, or maybe you want to build VR chat worlds. I don't know where I'm going with this, but essentially, work is not the only thing that should occupy your time. Another important thing is also, how important is work? Work gives us purpose. It gives us something to do. It gives us meaning in life, because a lot of people can't function without having a type of meaning. And I'm not saying this is a derogatory thing or as a bad thing, but you know those busybodies that are always stirring up drama? Have you ever wondered maybe if they will be a lot better off having a job to focus all of that energy and attention on? Work gives us something meaningful to do with our lives. And a lot of the work, I'm going to be honest, that we do today is kind of pointless and kind of meaningless. There are these jobs that fulfill essentially, I'm going to use the word now, BS roles. Like, it's BS jobs where you do stuff that doesn't really matter. And what I've seen is people in those type of positions, they feel like they're wasting their time, but they are in that position and it gives them good money, so they're going to stay there. And that might be dangerous because you can lose passion, you can enter into, I don't know, maybe some depression. I don't understand the nuances, but what I'm trying to say is the importance of work is such that we get purpose from it. And if you are in work that is kind of meaningless and kind of pointless, then you're going to feel down. You're not going to enjoy your work. You're going to not have a great time. But if you're doing something truly fulfilling, maybe you're an artist, maybe you're an engineer, maybe you're an architect, maybe you're a doctor and you get to help people, maybe you're building the next amazing payment system that's going to revolutionize the world, maybe the work that you're doing is truly impactful. In those cases, that's where people really become passionate and engaged in the type of work that they do. Personally, I don't really dream of labor. I dream of passion projects and doing things like this and entertaining people and just having fun. But there's a large variety of people that really truly enjoy work. So how truly important is work? Well, number one, work is important because it pays the bills. Number two, work gives us something to do and to focus. Number three, it gives us the ability to enhance our skills. And number four, it gives us engagement with other people, which is really good. Because a lot of people, maybe myself included, will not go outside and interact with people all that much if I don't have to. I think it's important to note that, you know, work is not necessarily fun, but it is important. And I don't know exactly where I wanted this video to go, but now it exists. Yay! And you watched it. I'm so sorry that you had to watch that. Boop. Enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. Cheers.